What is up with it? Today we are going to be watching my second loss of the Versus Treasure Cup where I went 8-2. This is the final round versus the GOAT, Koty Angeloff. I believe we both kept. My opening hand was pretty good of Perona, Jinbei, Jinbei, Boa. Um, I elected that going first after winning the roll, that was just going to be good enough. Having the Perona on one, having the double Jinbei, I felt pretty good about that hand. Um, so just gonna play the Perona, gonna draw. He passes on two. I'm gonna go ahead and play a Weevil off top and draw one. He's gonna take, of course. Um, gonna go ahead and swing six at my Weevil. Of course, I'm gonna counter that. I was actually pretty surprised that he only swung six. Then he plays a Nami, and I'm like, okay. 3 Dawn left. He's probably going to play either the event or the Zorojuro. But I think the Zorojuro is kind of a bad card in this matchup, so I'd be kind of surprised if he did that. So he plays the event, and he gets to ramp 2 active Dawn. But that's a little weird, because it's like, why did he choose to do it this way instead of swinging 8 into Weevil? Um, Seems really weird. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and start with a 6, I believe. Yep, going to go ahead and go 6. He's going to give me a 1k. I'm going to go ahead and play a Sengoku. I know that like at least a good portion of that stack is pretty dead. Um, so just trying to get some fresh new cards. I believe in this game I draw all 4 Perona. Um, So I'm just really looking for like good warlords because currently I have 2 Jinbeis, but the only like actual warlord to pair with it, I believe, is this Boa. I accidentally dropped some cards. Koty maybe could have called me out for that, to be honest. But me and Koty are homies, so I would have been shocked if he tried to say something there. I would have been absolutely shocked. But here he hits me with the Thunder Bagua, and he ramps another Dawn, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's kind of nuts. Because what that means is that now he can leader skill and go up to 10 Dawn on his 6 Dawn turn, which is pretty insane. Here, he's just baiting a counter out of my hand. Then he's going to drop the 9-drop Luffy, draw a card. Really, really strong here, keeping his hand healthy while also pressuring my board. Really, really strong in this situation. But pretty insane that he went to 10 Dawn on his 6 Dawn turn. That's um that's pretty crazy stuff if you ask me. So I go ahead and swing 6. I don't know the top of my deck here, I don't believe. I shouldn't. Oh, no, I do because I played Boa last turn. That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over the Moria and grab back a Weevil. He's going to go ahead and give me a 2k. He's down to only 4 cards in hand. I decide that I just want to be a little bit wider this turn rather than swinging with the Jinbei. So I just go ahead and play Jinbei into Weevil, and now I've got 5 active characters. I feel pretty decent, or I've got 5 characters, 3 of which are active. I feel pretty decent about that. Here, I think I make my biggest mistake of the game. I could 2k with the Croc that I grabbed earlier, but I kind of felt like he's just trying to starve me and bait more counter. And I felt like he had another 9-drop Luffy that he was trying to drop on me. Because it kind of felt like other things didn't make that much sense. Like, I don't think Koty was going to be playing um, the Beard. Um, and even if he was, he would have played it before swinging. Nine Mom seems a little early in the game to do it. Um, 10 Shanks is possible, so that would be another form of him trying to bait counter out of my hand. The thing that I didn't consider in the moment was the double queen. And I do think him being able to play two queens here is like really, really nasty work. So I think I kind of leveled myself. I convinced myself that he was trying to um, bait me into countering and then playing a rush of some kind. Um, so that was definitely a mistake because this is actually worse for me than if he had played one of those, I think. It's a good bit deal worse for me. So I definitely should have countered there. If I countered there and I untap with 4 bodies, maybe this game is winnable, to be honest. But here I reveal my stack and there's a Jinbei in there, but I have no good warlords to pair with it. And there's a Law. And there's like a few different plays I could do here. I could either swing some of my board, like poke a couple times, and then play the Law, and then bounce my own board and then replay them active. Or I could um, do what I'm doing here, which is swinging a few times and then going Jinbei Law or Jinbei Croc. Let me know in the comments if you guys have a preference of one or the other. I think, honestly, based on what Koty ends up doing next turn, I think they could go either way. Koty and I talk about this game a little bit afterwards, and he actually thinks what I was supposed to do was go 8, 8, 10, and just swing big 3 times. I could see an argument for it. He is low on cards in hand. If I'm able to force the queen blockers, that's really good for me. I do also have perfume in my hand at this point. But here, I'm super low on cards in my hand. Not really finding things like too many weevils or anything like that. He's going to go ahead and swing 6 at a Jinbei. I, of course, feel like I have to counter that. He's going to swing 6 at a Jinbei. I hate that. And here, me playing the Croc is really biting me, right? But I just actually had literally no other warlords in my hand. I hate perfume, man. Perfume is such a trash card. Imagine if that perfume in my hand was just like literally anything else, honestly. So here he 9-moms me, and I'm pretty sad, and I decide like, okay, I'm gonna YOLO here. Like he has only I think 3 cards in hand right now. He has 3 cards in hand. He has no active Dawn. I cannot win this game unless I kill him next turn. I'm so low on resources, there's no way I can rebuild board. I'm just going to swing big at life twice. I end up going, I think, 9-11. There's a real strong argument for 10-10 here. I just kind of felt like the odds of him having double 2K here was pretty low because he gave me a bunch of 2Ks last turn. I think there's a really strong argument for 10-10, to be honest with you, but I just felt like it was extremely unlikely in 3 cards he had double 2K. And here I'm deciding if it's ever worth it to leader skill, and I say, like, fuck it, it makes no sense to leader skill here. So I swing, knowing that this is kind of all in. I'm kind of praying. There's a bunch of things I lose to. He could either have a bunch of events, which he plays more than the standard amount because he plays the Thunder Bagua. So he could have a bunch of events, or he could have another big mom and I lose to either one of those. If he plays either, I just lose on the spot. Um, but I don't. I think once we get to this position, like there's. Oh, hi Penny. Um, that's my pup. I think once I get to this position, there's really nothing I could do other than accept that if he has any like some of those cards, I'll just lose, and it's just as simple as that. I'm just taking all of these. I don't. It doesn't matter if I take or counter any of them. To be honest, I'm dying next turn regardless. And he does have the big mom, so I think once he does that, I just concede. Oh no, I do try to play. No, surely I just concede, right? Oh no. I play because it's like might as well. Like maybe there's a world where I can find like enough boas. Like I know he has an Usahachi, so one of them's not gonna do, but might as well. But yeah, basically the rest of this game doesn't actually matter at all. Also, the recording's hella long because me and Koty were big yapping. We talk about the game for a super long time. We talked a lot about this turn in particular. I think was like the main turn that I could have done some different things. Like part of it is like, so I saw a triple Jinbei, but I only saw like two warlords. Like I only ever drew two warlords and only ever saw like two warlords in my stacks to pair with them. Or like good quality warlords. Like I only saw one Weevil, one Boa. So seeing triple Jinbei feels like it loses a lot of value there. But I think like the number one biggest mistake was not countering this gecko. To be honest, I think I maybe got a little aura farmed. I think I look up to Koty a lot, obviously. And I think if this was just like random person, I think I would have been more likely to counter out of this. I think I probably do, to be honest. Um, so that's something to work on. And Koty also was on 10 Dawn on his 6 Dawn turn, which is something I've literally never seen any deck do ever, um, which is insane. Like, actually crazy. And then he also saw a double 9-drop mom and he saw double queen. Like, he saw like a bunch of 2Ks. Like, he saw good cards, and he played it really well. And I saw like kind of good cards. Like, definitely seen triple Jinbei, obviously fantastic. Um, but I'm not sure it was good enough, which sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. Like, I think the number one thing I could have done differently is countering this Gecko Moria. Um, Maybe there's a world where on this turn I'm not supposed to play this and I'm just supposed to swing big 3 times. Um, maybe, maybe. I kind of think what happens there is he takes one, he gums one, he blocks one. And then I'm really low on cards in hand anyways, so then like he still takes my board. And then like Koty's argument was like I do that, but then I rebuild the board next turn, but the problem is I don't have anything good to build the board back with. Like I can play the Jinbei, but playing the Jinbei just like straight up doesn't matter. Um so I don't really think I like rebuilding the board feels really bad when my only two warlords that I'll have access to are exactly Jinbei and Croc. So it's like I just don't think that will matter. Um so I kind of don't like that play, even though I kind of understand where he's coming from and like maybe that's right. Um and then like Impact said he thinks I should like because in the stack there's a law. He thinks I should like play the law, bounce these, like swing with them and then bounce them and then replay them standing. But like because he plays 9 mom, I'm going to have 2 rested characters, 1 standing character, and he's just going to be able to swing over the 2 rested characters. And then he's going to 9-mom the 1 standing character. So all that happens there is I swung less, um, and like lower numbers. I swung lower numbers, and um, I swung. What am I trying to convey here? I got so lost in thought. I'm so sorry. I swung lower numbers, but like I end up in like the same board position. So I don't think that's the answer either. I kind of think my play here was honestly the best, even though I see arguments for the other ones. Like the Weevil would generate me another card, but again, the stack is so awful that I just don't think it matters. Like the stack was literally like, it was so atrocious. It was like a bunch of teaches. It was just like nothing burgers basically. Like this game, I actually just saw like infinite numbers of Perona and Teach, and it was just like not especially helpful, I don't think. Because I don't think there was even ever an obvious time to like play another Perona necessarily. Because this turn, I play the Sengoku to clear out the awful stack, and then this turn I'm not playing Perona because I'm using all my Dawn to go as wide as possible, and I already knew this was a hit. And then yeah, this is the next turn, and this is when I have another opportunity to play Perona, and it just is awful. So I think definitely the number one thing was the Gecko surviving, but the thing is, even if the Gecko survives, I'm honestly not entirely convinced it makes a difference. Like, all the Gecko surviving does is I get to get like one more 6k swing in here, rather than instead of like 2 8s, I go like uh maybe 6 7 8, or maybe 7 7 7. Um, maybe that could have made a difference. Maybe. I'm not sure. It really depends on like this amount of counter he had and everything. Maybe I was just cooked anyways. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna break through one day. I promise you guys. I'm going to win one of these treasure cups. I'm going to. I appreciate you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day.